The question I've looked at today, informally, is can this deal with large diaphragm dynamic microphones like my ElectroVoice RE20 over here or my RE50B? And I have a short clip of that in New York. Now, a few days ago, I just did a video where I put in two identical condenser microphones into this and determined that its default gain is very low. That's why it will never clip. But its noise suppression is so good that it can really bring up the signal and get a good voice. Though I still feel it's a teeny bit of muddiness in it. But I can't hear, I'm sure I cannot hear the difference in the, on YouTube or anything like that. So now the question is, well, what can it do with dynamics, or will it struggle with dynamics? So here are some clips. 1, 2. Now are you working here? Let's increase the waveform, yes. Plenty of waveform. Hi, well, here I am out with my Action 5. You can see B&H behind me in the background with my Zoom F3 recorder. And I'm using an ElectroVoice RE50B, which is, a mic that's used by a lot of reporters because it isolates noise like if you rub the handle. And it should be isolating the wind. Anyway, I'm cold. I hope some of you are happy because I know some who comment on my videos would love to see me suffer a little bit. I say this all in good cheer. So today I'm going to talk about, because I spent a ton of time thinking about 32-bit float. I know it may come across like I just want to rant and want people to believe what I want to believe. No, it's just a fascinating subject to me. And even though, let's just say that I understand it, I don't understand every aspect of it. But more importantly, I don't know how to, it's difficult to how do you explain these things? I'm going to take my RE20 and I'll record both in my Zoom F3 and the Portacapture X6. As you know, I claim that this is preset to a very low gain setting, and this you can set it yourself. So I believe that the quality here will be much better than this. But this is going to be informal. I'm not going to use speakers to get the exact same thing. I'm just going to talk into it. Because really what matters is if we can really hear the difference, right? I mean, it may be if we analyze the data and it showed that this was better, but I couldn't hear the difference. I would concede it doesn't make a difference, right? I mean, I'm going to need to hear the difference for me to want to use this over this. In the kind of applications I use it for. So I don't know how this test is going to come out. I know as much as you do, but let's find out. Okay, I have it in Zoom. Okay, I'm now in the Tascam Portacapture. Okay, as I expected, I won't be able to say I found what I expected. Okay, so I record them both, right? In the Zoom F3 and the Tascam, and this is a large diaphragm microphone, the ElectroVoice RE20. So I wanted to see, what is the difference? Would I be able to hear the difference? And I'm going to play you the difference right now. Let's just get right to it. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. Okay, I'm going to stop it. Okay, so the first one is the Zoom F3. The second one is the Tascam X6 at 53 dB high gain, and the third one is the Tascam at 43 dB. And the Tascam I had the noise gate to low. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. Yeah, I feel I can hear a little bit of difference in my headphones. There's just a teeny bit of compression in the Zoom. And or I don't know how to explain it, but this crispiness is removed, and it's a little bit more crispiness in the Tascam. But if I was listening to this on the TV, no way I'd be able to tell the difference, or I think anyone. So again, I guess the video is a good result in a way, and I've never said that dual ADCs and 32-bit float are hurting anything. I'm just explaining that they don't do certain things. The reason this is working really well is just noise control. And just the ability to remove as much self noise and then really pull up that signal. I mean, again, I can't hear the difference. It's really incredible. So yeah, I mean, this works really well. Though, as I said in my other video, this will do the same thing. And in this I could add compression and something like that. So maybe I'll go do that, maybe I won't. All right, well, my first set of tests, I couldn't hear a difference. I mean, they both sounded the same to me, but I forgot to turn off the noise gate on the Tascam water capture. So that's turned off, and I'm now recording at plus 42 dB on the high gain, because actually I thought that sounded better. It was a little bit different distance from the mic, so it wasn't really a true one-to-one comparison. So I'm going to do that test over again. Again, I'm now talking into the mic, 40 dB, no noise gate or anything. Water capture, the rain in Spain, the rain in Spain falls heavily on the plane. Okay, so in the second set of tests, I had the water capture set to 40 dB high gain, but this time the noise gate was turned off. So I'm going to compare that against the Zoom F3. Now, when I listen, I now hear much more of a difference. Like I now hear more presence with the water capture, and like I said, just like that muffled, muddy sound from the Zoom F3. But again, just to be clear, I would not be able to hear these differences on a TV or a phone, I suspect, because I can just barely hear them in the headphones. But I believe that they are there. Again, you can't cheat science or can't cheat physics. The water capture with gain control is going to do better than the Zoom, but better enough that the differences are huge, like that would be noticeable by people. I'm not hearing it yet. So I'm not going to play you from Audacity. Again, both clips normalized. The first one is the water capture, and the second one is the Zoom, and see if you can hear anything. If you don't have headphones on, I bet you won't be able to. With headphones, after YouTube does its compression, I don't even think you'll be able to hear anything there either, but we'll see. Okay, I'm now recording into the water capture, high gain 40 dB, and I have the noise gate turned off. So I didn't do that in the other test, where those other tests, I really couldn't tell a difference between the Zoom and this water capture. But I did notice that in 40 dB it sounds a little bit better, but it was a different distance location, so it wasn't really truly apple to apples. So I'm doing this test again, where I'm going to keep the same distance to the mic, my same position, and record this. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain, and Peter Piper picked a peck of pickles. Okay, I'm now talking to the Zoom F3, and the rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain, and Peter Piper picked a peck of pickles. So is there going to be a big difference here now that I'm comparing this to the water capture with no noise gate? So again, the rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. Even that, the rain in Spain, I never pronounced it exactly. Where those other tests, I really couldn't tell a difference between the Zoom and this. It sounds a little bit better, but it was a different distance location, so it wasn't